Hello, my dear children. How are you all? I hope you all are safe and doing studies at home. So, in the last class, we have studied Moral Science chapter number 1. We have started, right? We'll continue the same chapter. Do you remember what we have studied in the last class? Yes, we have studied about the peer pressure. We have understood what is a peer pressure. Now we will see some negative effects that the student can get due to the peer pressure. So the negative effects, what all things comes under it. So the first point we have here is in every class, school and college bunking. There are few students who bunk the school, college as to enjoy a movie or an outing with friends. In most cases, the parents of the children are unaware of the truth, and such students wants more and more students to join their group, being influenced by such students. Many good children are lured into bunking school or college. Here, lured means is tempt. They start liking it, they want to do it. So, in every class, there are some students who want all these activities, who would like to bunk school or college. In most cases, the parents doesn't know what the children are doing. They says to the parent that we are going to school, but before reaching to the school, they go somewhere else with their friends, and they also want that other children also join their group so that they can roam around here and there, and this becomes their habit of bunking the school. Then they start bunking in the college also. The next we have is intoxication habits. Peer pressure causes intoxication habits. What is intoxication habits? Like smoking, drinking, and taking drugs, all the bad habits where the people's children started taking something bad which is not good for their health. For example, the first one is smoking. It is the most common bad habit that often develops in school life. Some students bring cigarettes to the school and go to the corners during recess or PT period as to smoke them. So they also try to convince the other good children that smoke gives immense pleasure and relieves the mind from the tension of studies. Some good students who lack in determination end up in developing the habit of smoking. So we understood this that there are some students in maybe in school life or in college where they provoke the other children also that you should also try smoking. It gives pleasure and all, relieves the mind from the tension. Do you really think that the cigarette can give us the relief from so many tensions? No, that's not possible. You can do yoga, you can do meditation, you can do devotion to God or something like that. That also gives immense pleasure and this inner satisfaction. Drinking refers to the consumption of alcohol. Some students develop a habit of drinking alcoholic beverages after the school hours, maybe in the evening. Generally, students start this habit by drinking beer. Students who drink invite other friends also, other children also to get in a get together where they can make them have a few sips to start with. Once a child started taking a few sips, he often eventually develops the habit of drinking. So, if the children insist, any of your friend group insist you to have a drink or have a sip, so don't do it, because these all are the bad habits. On the alcohol or the smoking or cigarette box, everywhere it is mentioned that it is injurious to health. Then why people are taking it? But still we are educating you. You are a good children. You all know the effects, negative effects of taking these smoking and drinking onto your health. So I'm sure that you are not going to accept these things in your life. The next one is drug consumption. Peer pressure is widely recognized as a major contributor to the initiation of drug use, especially in colleges and hostels. Young children generally start with drugs like cannabis, opium, hashish, and later move on to hard drugs like cocaine and heroin, etc. Drug consumption is a very bad habit which slowly ruins the career and a life of young students. You have a very good career, you have your goals that you want to become a doctor, you want to become an engineer, or maybe a businessman, something like that. But if you come under a peer pressure and start taking the drugs, then what is going to happen? You will what you will do? You will spoil your career, your life, because you get habituated to take these drugs, and eventually it will become your habit of taking it. So I know you all are good children. We are educating you so that you do not come under the pressure uh, of your friends circle. Now the next one we have is pressurizing the parents. Here, pressurizing the parents. It is because of peer pressure that young children start pressurizing their parents and disobeying them. Provoked by their friends, teenagers demand expensive things and pressurize their parents to buy them. When parents are reluctant, they become disrespectful towards them. So, there are some students who pressurize their parents to buy some of the things which your friends have, like electronic gadgets, nice dresses, nice shoes, or something like that. And when your parents doesn't buy these expensive things for you, then the children started disobeying their parents, which is actually not good. Children started disrespecting their parents. Your parents always wants to give you the best thing they can give you in the world. So because your friends have something, you're not supposed to ask your parents to buy it for yourself also. Next topic we have is antisocial activities. Peer pressure makes the young student to involve in the group bullying. If one member of the peer group has a quarrel with some other person, the member of the group go with him to terrorize. Terrorize means fear that person. Sometimes small fights become big and police has to intervene. In such cases, the teenage students are taken to the police station, which causes immense problem for the parents. So here, antisocial activities. What happens when the children sit in a group and they start bullying the junior students, and if they have has a quarrel with the other person also. We have also, you must have seen in the locality where the students fight with each other. They make group, they go with the group to fight with the other person. So these small fights become big, and sometimes the police has to come to solve their fight, where they are taken to the police station, and the parents are also going with the children. So these things should not happen. Next point we have is distraction from studies. Some students who are insincere and do not pay attention to studies, they waste their time by wandering here and there. Wandering means roaming around here and there. When such children become friends with good children, they cast every their evil influence on the good children and leads them astray. Their children more away from serious studies and fulfillment of their goals. There are some students in the class or in the college also who do not pay attention towards their study. They always wants to roam around here and there, look outside when the teacher is teaching. And what they do, when children become friends with good children, when these children become a friends of good children, those who are good in study in the class, they make them their friends and try to uh, involve them in their group, so that as the good children also change their way and they become in the same way of the those students, those who are unsincere, those not sincere about their studies. And of course, these types of students, those who do not pay attention towards their studies, they are unable to fulfill their goals. Everybody has a goal in their life, right? So no need to be distracted from your studies. Always pay attention towards your study. You know what is your goal. You need to clear all the classes. You are in class 9 now, then you'll clear your 10, then 11 and 12, and then you have a college life. After that, you have a very big scope in your life that you can achieve. Instead of going into this group of friends, or comes under the pressure that what your friends are doing, you also wants to do the same. You are educated enough to choose what you want in your life. So bad literature and movies, the sixth point here. It is peer pressure that lures good children into reading adult literature and movies, which brings about perversion. Now, it is also a type of peer pressure where the good children get the habit of reading this adult literature and movies, which which brings about perversion. That means perversion means turn. So you need to understand this, that you're not supposed to go on the internet to see the adulterate things, but instead you can search for the good stories, moral stories, and also whatever you will do, your brothers and sisters who are younger than you, they are also going to follow you. So today we have completed the negative effects of a peer pressure. You need to go through this chapter, read this chapter carefully, and in the next class we'll see the positive effects of peer pressure. So you'll be getting some homework to do, which is your read this chapter, and I'll give you some question answers also, so that you can do some activities. Till then, God bless you all. Stay safe.